Hello, friends.
The Bears are who we thought they were.
The Bears. The Bears.
I am the great Cornholio.
We'll see what happens.
Playoffs?
Seton Hall. Sean McDonough, Jay Billis. Goats.
Can you play a song? Something cool. Put my mic on!
I'm calling both games.
Oh, baby! Are you serious? Goes down the field for Smith.
Oh, he got it!
Seattle. We're getting ready for Cincinnati.
NFL teams that need new uniforms. And, like, I am just sick and tired of watching, there's a select few teams their uniforms, I just watched it and I was like, oh my God, can we get something new, please? Something other than this garbage that we're throwing up there. And so I got about, seven teams that could use new uniforms. About 5 of them are like a must. 5 of them just absolutely need a refresh. Number 1, the Denver Broncos. That side panel garbage was cool in the 90s. Not anymore. It looks so outdated, it's ridiculous. It looks old, and it looks, I don't know, it just doesn't look good. It looks old. I think the Broncos should really go back to some variation of the throwback logo, the D with the horse coming through it. You know what I'm talking about, the throwback logo. Go back to that. That one is amazing. Go back to those uniforms, some variation of it. Just please, something, just anything. I even don't mind their helmets really, but I just like the throwback logo. And if you're going to do a refresh, why not? Or if you're going to do an updated uniform or have new uniforms, why not go to the throwback logo, something that everybody seems to love? So the Denver Broncos need new uniforms as soon as possible. Number 2, the Arizona Cardinals. They've had the same uniforms like forever, it seems. And there are other teams, so don't get me wrong. There are teams that have had the same uniforms for a long time, but they're classic. The Packers, the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Bears, and the Raiders. Those teams have had the same uniforms for a long time, but for a reason. It's a classic look. The Arizona Cardinals, it's not a classic look. It is kind of the same as the Broncos. It just looks old. I look at the Cardinals uniforms and I get major 90s vibes. And I wasn't even born in the 90s, so I have no idea. So that just goes to show how old they really look and how old they really are. And, with the Arizona Cardinals, there's no really like old school backup that they can kind of just go back to. And, it's not, not the old, go back to the throwback, old man shouts at cloud kind of take. But if you look at, I follow a few people on Instagram and Twitter that do, like uniform mock-ups and they do like Photoshops and whatever. And there's some really good edits out there. And I'll be sure to put those up on the YouTube edits later on today when I have the, for the slideshow or whatever. But again, like the jersey and again, the little side panel thing that they have, the helmets look old, like the whole thing. The Cardinals just need a refresh. And if they do a refresh, similar with any other team that I'm going to mention here, I'm begging whoever is designing the uniforms, please do it right. Do it like the Chargers and Bengals. A simple refresh. Whatever you do, do not do any garbage like the Rams or Falcons. If you're going to do anything like the Rams or Falcons did, you might as well just stick with what you have. Because if you're going to do some kind of garbage, like the Rams and Falcons' new uniforms are worse than their old uniforms. That's how bad it is. And if you're going to do anything like that, just learn from other teams' mistakes and don't do that. Like similar to what the Buccaneers did. They went to those alarm clock number uniforms, and then they said, whoa, these are bad. Let's go back to the classic early 2000s look. And again, Buccaneers, I like their uniforms. They're nice. They're sharp. Do I like the orange creamsicle uniforms? Yes. But I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't look as good in today's NFL. I think the Buccaneers uniforms now are good enough. I like them. Again, Cardinals, they need a uniform refresh as soon as possible. If they do it right. Don't do it like the Rams and Falcons. A model to look off of, Chargers and Bengals. Number 3, Carolina Panthers. Similar to what I said about Denver. They just need a makeover. Their uniforms just look old. They look, again, major 90s vibes. Again, I don't know if it's the numbers. I don't know if it's just, the shoulder, pad, design. I don't know what it is. It just looks old. And I think it's something to do with the design on the side of the shorts and of the jersey. The Panthers just need new uniforms. I think they need to kind of go away from the huge numbers and kind of similar to what the Bengals did with their numbers, where they're kind of smaller and more, minimalistic kind of design. So I think the Panthers would really, and they haven't done a major overhaul in their uniform kind of in ever. They had a simple makeover where they kind of redid the logo a little bit, redid their uniform, minimally, and that's it. I don't hate the logo. I think the logo is fine. I think maybe the silver helmet could maybe we could see a change in that, whether they do a black helmet. That would look nice. A black helmet. I don't know how I feel about a blue helmet. Like, again, similar to what I said about the Cardinals, there have been a lot of edits and mock-ups on possible new uniforms for them. And I think there was one where it was not even so their helmet now is very sparkly. It's like a silvery, metallic, sparkly helmet. There was one where it was like a gray helmet, and it didn't look bad. Again, I don't know. Like, I think the Panthers need a makeover. They need a major overhaul. But I don't know, similar to like the Cardinals, like there's no really direction to go in. Like, there's a lot of different ways you could do it. But if you do anything, please do not make your uniform look worse than it is now. Number 4, Miami Dolphins. Nothing beats those throwbacks. Better than, their uniform now and their logo now looks like a whale. It doesn't even look like a dolphin. It looks like a whale. And whenever they wear the throwbacks, it looks really good. And again, nothing beats the throwbacks. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't break it. And I think the Miami Dolphins should just go back to the throwbacks because those are just classic looks. The old Dolphin helmet with not the one from the 2000s, but the one from like the 70s and 80s and 90s. That one, I think it was the 80s. That one with the gray face mask, and those are good. Go back to those. Number 5, Atlanta Falcons. Yes, they did just do new uniforms a couple of years ago, but they are awful. They are just so bad. And, like, please, just anything. Like, they're just so bad. And I think they should go back to the Dirty Bird uniforms or go back to the red helmet era uniforms. Go back to one of those. Those are good. I like those. Go back to that. Or if you don't want to go back to that, do something else, please. Anything else other than what you have now. I think maybe, you take what you have now and kind of refine the new uniforms a little bit, but just they need to do something because the new uniforms are awful. They look so bad. Number 6, LA Rams. Similar to what I said about the Falcons and Dolphins, the new uniforms, like the Rams' new uniforms aren't like, I don't know. They're not, I mean, they're bad, but they're not the worst uniforms I've ever seen. But as I said about the Dolphins, nothing beats the throwbacks. Go back to that old school blue and gold uniform. Nothing beats that. Again, it's just such a classic look, and again, nothing beats it. So please, I just go back to that. You can tell they wanted to go back to that, and they wanted a modern look of it, but it just doesn't look good. The logo they have now on their helmet, it doesn't even look like a Rams one. It looks like a croissant. And I think, again, if they're gonna do anything with uniforms, just go back to the old school uniform. It looks so much better than anything they've had in the past 10 years. Number 7, Philadelphia Eagles. The current uniforms are not awful. I don't have anything bad to say about the current uniforms. Like, they're not dreadful, but I'm just a huge fan of the Kelly Green. I think nothing beats that. And as I said with the Rams and Dolphins, nothing beats the throwbacks. And the Kelly Green, like, that's just such a good and classic look that, again, I think, I'm not saying the Eagles need new uniforms. I'm just saying if they did get new uniforms, I would love to see them go back to Kelly Green because those are just amazing, amazing uniforms.